Hey guys, Christina here, and it's been about a month since I shared our garden, so I thought I would give you a look at how it's doing, kind of what's working this year, what's not. It's been a hot summer, very hot summer, which is not normal for here, which has been good for some things, not so good for others, but I will show you what it looks like. So here's our sriracha peppers. They are not sriracha peppers though. It must have been the wrong tag because they never turn red, but they're good. They're kind of like a jalapeno. The corn, I think there's just not enough soil space, but this one has come out at the top. There's only one other one here, so we'll see if they pollinate anything, if we end up getting any corn, but it's pretty tall. It's like as tall as me. Over here, we had to pull all that kale out, and then those white butterflies, the cabbage moths, they went after our bok choy, so we pulled it out too. I replanted, and I'm hoping that we get a bit more. The green onion, there's only one left. I'm not sure if these will survive, but we'll see. The carrots we're gonna start eating this week. I think they're doing okay in there. We've been eating the beets slowly and lots of beet tops. I did plant a few new beets a couple weeks ago where I had pulled a few out. I'm not sure if they'll have time to grow. We have about 4 weeks till our first frost date, but sometimes it's delayed, so we'll see. We're still eating the beets. Over here is where we had the bok choy that we pulled out. This is one of the science space tomatoes. That's another one. These are two different kinds. They're taking a long time to grow. I haven't seen flowers on either of them. That's another one there. It's really struggling. It's tiny. I planted more cilantro in here. The cilantro is starting to go to seed. Our tomatoes, there's lots of bees out today. Tomatoes are growing, but they're still fairly small. That's probably the biggest one. And there's no red ones yet, which is really odd. Usually by kind of, well, July, middle of July, we have tomatoes. So, not sure what's going on, but this plant has gone absolutely crazy. It is taller than me. There's the tomatoes in there. Lots of them. Oh, and lots of bees. So you can see those. And then over here, oh, there's even more bees here. We have one pumpkin growing. This plant's kind of going crazy, and we have all these little black bugs in there. There's not a lot else growing on this other cucumber or pumpkin. We've still got some peppers growing on here. I just picked one the other day. These ones. Ooh, I hate these. The lettuce, we need to hurry up and eat it because it's starting to go to seed. Planted too much lettuce for sure. We've been eating zucchini, and there's a couple growing. You've got yellow one there. There are a few small cucumbers, but I mean, they're pretty small, so we shall see. We've only had one cucumber so far this year. Over here, these flowers are so beautiful, and I don't know if it's just been too hot and too dry, but they are dying. And the peas, most of them didn't even make it to the first string, whereas usually they're past the third one. They're so tall. So that's been really sad. We haven't gotten a few. I think there's one there, Ty, that's right. But yeah, not much with the peas. So where the kids spread or dump some seeds, I had to pull the kale out of here too because the caterpillars are on it. But there is more romaine, and I think some carrots trying to grow. There's a flower right in there. Our raspberry bush has grown, like it's gotten so much bigger, but there's like no raspberries. We have one that's almost ready in there. Let's see. And a few that are growing, but they look like maybe it's almost too dry. Rhubarb has done great as usual. And then this acorn squash plant is humongous. But the actual fruit or veggie is quite small. So I don't know how long they'll take to grow, but there's a few of them on here. I've seen A couple of them, yeah. The flowers are finally looking like they're gonna bloom, some of them. We've got one over here, the back. Beautiful flower. They're tall, really tall. This one that I had to transplant, this pumpkin, is not growing too good. The gourds that were there totally died. This tomato plant, we finally got some flowers on it, but there's no tomatoes on this one yet. Keep trying to keep the other plants away. Maybe there's just no space. I'll show you an update. If you watched when I planted a bunch of things, so the only ones from like the roots that came up were these ones here. The rest I ended up buying and planting. It's too bad these are closed right now. They're beautiful. These ones are getting ready to open. These are the ones. They're so pretty. So we've had a few. It looks like maybe a cat came by and like knocked a few things off. These ones are getting ready to open. But yeah, the ones I planted have not done great. These ones are tiny. They're barely alive. This one here, it never got the pink flowers that were on it back. The sedum is doing really well, but everything else is really struggling with the heat. So, trying to water, but still, at least there's some flowers over here that are pretty. There you go. That's what our garden looks like. It's like, oh, there's a butterfly. I'm gonna go try and catch the butterfly. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So there you go. That's our garden. Yeah, tomatoes are so late, raspberries. What else, Ty? The green onions, it's weird that they haven't done good. But then zucchini's actually done better than normal. Lettuce has done great. It did good last year too. The romaine seems to do much better than anything else. The bok choy, the kale, the marigolds are huge. Yeah, there's a lot of bees out today. I'm trying to think what else. The carrots seem okay, the beets okay. But yeah, the peas, oh, the peas really struggled. That's usually like a main snacking food for the kids, and they've probably had about 2 each this year, so that's disappointing. But like I said, we've got, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks until our first frost, but sometimes it's a little later, so we'll see how it does in the next month. Hope this finds you having a great day. Take care.